A Whisper in the Dark, written by Zach Bagans. It exists in the shadows where light barely touches and fear thrives. An unassuming wooden box, easily mistaken for something found in your grandmother's attic, covered in dust and forgotten by time. Yet, this is no ordinary antique. Its intricate carvings tell a story of ancient rituals and dark secrets. It is a vessel, a prison for something sinister, something that should never be released. This is the Dybbuk Box, and it holds a terrifying secret, a malevolent spirit, a Dybbuk, trapped within its confines, waiting for the moment to escape. This is no mere ghost story, it's a chilling legend passed down through generations, each whisper adding to its dark allure. This is a true horror, whispered from one terrified owner to the next, each one more desperate to rid themselves of its curse. The box itself is unsettling, with an aura that sends shivers down your spine. Crafted from plain wood, it's small enough to be held in two hands, yet heavy with the weight of its dark contents. A faded wine stain mars its top, and the metal hinges and clasp are tarnished with age, hinting at the many hands that have tried to open it. But the true unease comes from within. The moment the lid is lifted, a sense of dread fills the air. An oppressive feeling of dread, a cold whisper against your skin, as if the box itself is warning you to stay away. This is the essence of the Dybbuk Box, a warning that some evils should never be disturbed, for they bring nothing but despair and darkness. The story begins like many others, with an innocuous purchase. A simple click, a moment of curiosity, and a seemingly harmless transaction. In 2001, the Dybbuk Box surfaced at a seemingly ordinary online auction. It was listed among countless other items, blending in with the mundane. The seller, a woman claiming to be the granddaughter of a Holocaust survivor, described the box as a wine cabinet. She spoke with a sense of urgency, her words tinged with an unsettling gravity. She offered a chilling warning. The box, she claimed, had been owned by her grandmother in Poland, and it housed a malicious spirit. Potential buyers scoffed. A haunted box? A spirit trapped inside? It seemed too fantastical to be true. It sounded like a cheap horror movie plot, the kind of story that would be dismissed as fiction. But the seller was insistent. She recounted eerie tales of misfortune and dread that befell those who had come into contact with the box. She pleaded with buyers to heed her warning, to leave the box undisturbed. Her voice carried a weight of desperation, a plea for caution. Her pleas fell on deaf ears. The warnings were dismissed as mere superstition, a relic of old-world beliefs. For some, the allure of the unknown, the thrill of the forbidden, proved too strong to resist. The mystery of the box, its dark history, became an irresistible temptation. It was only a matter of time before someone took the bait. The auction ended and the box found a new owner, setting the stage for a series of events that would defy explanation. Kevin Manis, an antique dealer with a penchant for the unusual, couldn't resist the lure of the Dybbuk Box. Ignoring the seller's warnings, he purchased the box, eager to add it to his collection. His excitement, however, was short-lived. From the moment the box arrived, strange occurrences plagued Kevin's life. Lights flickered, objects moved inexplicably, a foul, sickly sweet odor permeated his shop. Then came the nightmares. Vivid, terrifying dreams of an ancient hag, her eyes blazing with hatred, haunted Kevin's sleep. He would wake in a cold sweat, the feeling of unseen hands gripping his throat lingering long after the nightmare had ended. The box, it seemed, was making its presence known. Disturbed by the increasingly terrifying events, Kevin decided to part with the box. The strange occurrences had become too much for him to handle, and he felt a growing sense of dread every time he looked at it. He gifted it to his mother, hoping to break whatever hold it had over him. Kevin believed that by passing it on, he could rid himself of the curse that seemed to follow the box. But the Dybbuk, it seemed, was not finished. The malevolent spirit within the box had other plans, and it wasn't about to let go so easily. Kevin's mother suffered a stroke on the same day she received the box. The timing was too coincidental to ignore, and Kevin was filled with guilt and fear. Terrified, Kevin knew he had to get rid of the box, and fast. He couldn't bear the thought of anyone else suffering because of it. He found a buyer in Iosif, a student intrigued by the box's dark history. Iosif was fascinated by the stories, and saw it as a unique piece of paranormal history. Iosif, like Kevin before him, dismissed the seller's warnings as mere superstition. He was skeptical of the supernatural, and thought the tales were just that, tales. He paid little heed to Kevin's own experiences, believing them to be exaggerated at best. Iosif thought Kevin's fear was a result of an overactive imagination. But Iosif's skepticism soon turned to terror as the Dybbuk turned its malevolent attention towards him. The once dismissed warnings now seemed all too real. He began to experience the same horrifying nightmares as Kevin, plagued by visions of the vengeful hag. The nightmares were vivid and relentless, leaving Iosif in a state of constant fear and paranoia. News of the Dybbuk Box and its curse reached Jason Haxton, a renowned paranormal investigator. Intrigued and more than a little skeptical, Jason contacted Iosif, determined to unravel the mystery behind the box. Iosif, desperate for help, readily agreed to let Jason examine the box. Upon first encountering the box, Jason felt an oppressive energy emanating from it, a palpable sense of dread that sent chills down his spine. He interviewed Kevin and Iosif, carefully documenting their experiences. He researched Jewish folklore, delving into ancient texts on Dybbuks and the rituals used to contain them. The more he learned, the more convinced he became. The Dybbuk Box was not a hoax. It was a dangerous artifact, and the spirit within needed to be contained. As Jason researched the Dybbuk Box, he too began to experience its unsettling effects. He suffered from insomnia, plagued by nightmares of shadowy figures and disembodied voices. He developed a strange skin rash, a burning sensation that appeared whenever he was near the box. Even his dreams offered no escape, filled with visions of the hag and the overwhelming feeling of being watched. Despite the growing danger, Jason pressed on, determined to understand the Dybbuk and its motivations. He felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility, not just for his own well-being, but for the safety of anyone who might come into contact with the box. He knew he couldn't destroy the box, not without risking the wrath of the entity trapped within. There was only one option left: to seal the Dybbuk back into its prison. Jason sought the guidance of rabbis, experts in Jewish mysticism and ancient rituals. Following their instructions, he gathered the necessary items: a new wooden ark, a handwritten scroll containing sacred Hebrew verses, and a minyan, a group of 10 Jewish men required for the ritual. The ritual was intense, the air thick with anticipation and fear. The rabbis chanted ancient prayers, their voices rising and falling in a hypnotic rhythm. Jason carefully placed the Dybbuk box inside the new ark, following the rabbi's instructions precisely. He could feel the malevolent energy of the Dybbuk resisting, fighting against the power of the ritual. Trapped, once more. As the final prayers were uttered, the ark containing the Dybbuk box was sealed. A wave of relief washed over Jason, followed by an eerie calm. The oppressive feeling that had permeated the room seemed to vanish, replaced by a profound silence. The ritual, it seemed, had worked. The Dybbuk was contained, its power suppressed once more. But was it truly over? Jason couldn't shake the feeling that the Dybbuk was biding its time, waiting for an opportunity to break free once more. The rabbis warned him to be cautious, to never open the ark or attempt to communicate with the entity within. The Dybbuk, they explained, fed on fear and attention. To give it either was to risk unleashing its fury upon the world once more. The Museum of the Macabre. Determined to keep the Dybbuk box secure, Jason decided to place it in his haunted museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. He believed that by surrounding the box with other haunted artifacts, he could somehow neutralize its power. He created a special exhibit for the box, complete with warnings and information about its history. Today, the Dybbuk Box remains one of the most popular exhibits at the Haunted Museum, drawing curious visitors and paranormal enthusiasts from around the world. Some claim to feel a strange energy emanating from the box, a sense of unease that lingers long after they've left the exhibit. Others report experiencing nightmares after seeing the box, haunted by the same terrifying imagery described by its previous owners. A legacy of fear. The story of the Dybbuk Box serves as a chilling reminder that some mysteries are best left undisturbed. It is a testament to the power of belief, the very real terror that can be unleashed when ancient evils are awakened. The box, whether a conduit for genuine paranormal activity or a catalyst for mass hysteria, continues to captivate and terrify those who encounter its story. While the Dybbuk may be contained for now, its legacy of fear and uncertainty lives on. The question remains, how long will the seal hold, and what will happen when, inevitably, curiosity outweighs caution once more? A warning unheeded. The Dybbuk Box stands as a stark warning to those who seek to unlock the mysteries of the unknown. It is a chilling reminder that some doors are best left unopened, some evils best left undisturbed. The allure of the paranormal, the thrill of the forbidden, can be intoxicating. But as the Dybbuk Box so chillingly illustrates, some mysteries are best left unsolved. The next time you find yourself drawn to the unknown, remember the story of the Dybbuk Box. Remember the terror it unleashed, the lives it irrevocably altered. Remember that sometimes the greatest horrors are not found in the shadows, but in the choices we make, the curiosity we indulge. Sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we bring upon ourselves.